Yep, you're good.
Okay, here we go. Look at all the people living life so free. I can't do the high note. That's it. As far as I go. Ooh, happy Tuesday, everybody. You are all in for a Super Tuesday super treat. Say that 3 times fast. Super Tuesday super treat. Excelente. It's a big night. This is exciting. You guys, let's let everybody get in here before I even start to spill the beans about all this excitement. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the RRR247 Direct Consumer RAM conference call, business call, and office meeting. Everything that we announce, everything that's important to you, all of the greatness happens on Tuesday night, and all the big announcements happen on Tuesday night. But we always have a bunch of new people to introduce, to meet as well. So we got a couple of minutes left, and then we're going to get into a very, very exciting call for you guys, and you don't want to miss 1 minute of it. So if you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night, whoever got you here would love to know that you made it on. Rory and Tanya would like to meet you for the very first time. Click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard and say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from. Welcome to the call.
Hi, I'm Sarah Paulini from Texas.
Texas is in the house. Welcome, Sarah. Glad you made it.
Hi, I'm Regina. I'm calling in from South Carolina.
Welcome, Regina. South Carolina's here. Welcome, ma'am. Glad you made it. Anybody else?
Denise from Las Vegas.
Say that one more time, Vegas. Denise?
Yep, Denise.
Denise from Las Vegas. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
In case she's shy, Nona Harrell is here tonight.
Welcome, Nona. Where's she calling in from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas is here in the house. Welcome. Glad you made it. Anybody in chat, Linda? Nope. Okay. Oh, maybe. A lot of chat down there. I know everybody's excited, but leave that for the new people, just in case. Or do you want to announce your new person?
Not working. Shit.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It's working, Nina. We hear you. Welcome, everybody, to the RRR247 Direct Consumer Residual Affiliate Marketing Group. This is our big call, our weekly office meeting, our conference call with all the big announcements. All the great things are shared. But I'm telling you, you're in for a treat tonight. It's 9 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get rolling. But yeah, I'll do last call one more time. It's 9 o'clock on the button. We'll get one last call. If you're brand new, you'd like to say hello, let your person who got you here know you made it. Click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom screen or hit the space bar on your keyboard and say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from and welcome.
Hello, I'm Shelly. I'm calling from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Shelly from Ohio just made Linda's day. Fantastic. Welcome. Welcome, man. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Pam from Maine.
Nate Nesbitt for Temple, Texas.
Nate from Texas and Pam from Maine?
From Maine, yes.
Yeah, Pam from Maine and Nate from Texas. Welcome to both of you. Glad you made it.
Andy says there's a Peaches and Pug from Tennessee on YouTube.
Peaches and Pug. Fantastic. Welcome. Glad they made it. Oh, let me hit the button. Let these people in. Anybody else?
Hello,
Hello, Kendra. Where are you calling in from?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is here. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. You are new person number 10 joining the team tonight. So I always say every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. There's a lot of people logging in right now. We hit that 10 mark. Unfortunately, we're out of time because we got something different. We've been preparing something fantastic for you. So I got to go ahead and hit all these buttons to get the show going. And welcome everybody to the RRR247 Direct to Consumer Residual Affiliate Marketing. It's a big title, isn't it? It's like 3 companies all mashed into one for you. actually. It's a very exciting night. You're in the right place at the right time. This is when all the big things happen, all the big announcements happen. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to do something to help you build your business, add a product, service, a tool. Here's some stories. Here's some good trading, understanding the business, understanding the market. It always gets talked about, launched, and taken care of on Tuesday nights. So you never want to miss a Tuesday night call. Now, for those of you who have been around for a few weeks, for the last 30 weeks, actually, I've been introducing different parts of the leadership team. We started with all the MSIs, all the top traders in here that have been around for a while, that original circle that Rory and Tanya put around themselves to help take this message out to the world. Then we went down to the PSIs and then the GSIs and even some of the CSIs. For the last 30 weeks, we've been listening to different people tell their story, why they're here and how they found it, you know, a little bit about their background and how they feel about future, where we're going with this. And I told everybody, go back and listen to as many of those Tuesday night calls as you can. Well, guess what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let Rory tell you this part. We got a real treat for you tonight. You're going to get not just get to meet both of our founders, our co-founders. You're going to get to meet a lot of people that he wants to introduce to you. And listen, get out your notebook, take some notes, knowing stories and how to repeat them stories, and relating to people that you might have a hard time relating with. But if you know Linda's story and you know Donna Meyer's story and you know Stacy's story and you know Andy's story, you're going to be talking to somebody that you can relate these stories to. So I want you to get out your pens, notebook and your pens, and welcome to the call, our co-founders, Mr. and Mrs. Tanya Ricord. The microphone is yours. What a great night this is going to be. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Niall.
That's 4 minutes.
Yeah. Love that. That's how it works. We got some housekeeping first. So you guys, hope you write this stuff down. First, next Monday. Oh, hold on. So let's start today. There'll be a Brain Food Academy open house tomorrow night, Wednesday. Thursday, we have a MSI training. We call it a study hour, but we always have MSIs focus on things. Those are important learning because we're doing so much more in content marketing. You need to learn this stuff. And the best way to learn it is watch it being done and have it be instructed over and over again, because there's so many different aspects to it. And we have the most incredible leadership here that have been doing this for years. They're making me very proud as they take what I taught them and they're just doing a great job of teaching it. And in a lot of cases, they're better than me now. I love it. Saturday training is going to be very important. And so a lot of those changes we just did, we made some modifications. It's a shift forward with our performance blogging systems and the details and information in there. We are closing out the Cash Network direct system completely. And we've eliminated things that just aren't producing anymore. And we're shifting everything to what is making the most money and things that we're going to focus on for keywords and everything, getting ready for a new year. The timing is just perfect. Also, massive things are coming with Bella Vita. Okay, so Monday, Mark Kwasowski will be on the product specialist from Bella Vita on the bellavita.live at 8 o'clock Eastern. And he is, Tanya?
What?
Well, she didn't hear. Mark does an awesome job.
Oh, he's amazing, yeah.
I can't see you in there.
Good, you're talking.
Okay. Can we change her background? Okay. She's here, but she disappears. It's the filter. So I want to just point out that training is going to be very, very effective. And if you have any of your instructors or students that aren't familiar with the Bella Vita products to help blog about them, those calls, that's where we give you the information. You don't need to be a product specialist. We have one to train us. He'll be there on Monday. Okay. Next, let's see, the 14th. The week of Christmas, we will not have training on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But we will have training. The Bella Vita training will happen on Monday. We will have Saturday trainings. Tanya is going to be doing goal setting and structure for the next year on these Saturdays. So that starts, it starts on the 21st. 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 22nd. Oh, 29th. What is it? It's the 28th. So Tanya's gonna be doing that on the 28th. Okay. Yeah, I think she pulled the calendar. So the 28th is gonna be all about launching the new year. Now, that being said, what we're doing tonight is helping to launch this too. We're going to have some incredible leadership here. We have not everyone because we can't have everybody talk in only an hour. So we got a good selection of our MSIs that you guys are going to be hearing from them on where they're going with their teams and the groups. I'm going to start out with us. We're here in Rome, and we've had a lot of reflection time on where things are at, and we're always planning on where we're going. And you guys, there are so much stuff that we have that's great right now, but there's so much more coming next year. And what that means is we know what to focus on for what's coming. So we're going to be leading you guys on the Tuesdays, the Saturdays to get this content done. And it's all about, getting things in motion. And I'm so proud of what we've seen a lot of people accomplish. And then the thing that comes for me is we know you can all do more. And you deserve more. And, I look at the life that we have, and this is what we want to share with everybody is how to get this, how to have a lifestyle that you dream of, right? Not that it has to be the same things we do, but like, what is your dreams? Like, what are your whys? What do you want to accomplish for, your family, your prosperity, your legacy? Marketing has been the best vehicle overall that I can even think of to be part of that's allowed us to have such an incredible life. And so I'm going to go into what we're going to do. And then I want Tanya to say a few words as well. And then we're going to start bringing on the MSIs. So you guys, I lead by example. I always have. I've never wanted somebody to do something that I wasn't willing to do that didn't feel right. Right. And my mentors taught me that way. My mentors did what they did, and they taught me to do what they did, not what they told me to do and did something else. They would explain why they did it, and then I would follow suit. And if I did that, it usually worked out perfectly. And if I ever tried to change it up or take a shortcut, it didn't work out. And then I learned the hard way that if I would have just followed what I was told, it would have worked out better for me. And I'm gonna put this, you guys, we have got the most complete setup I've ever imagined. We have the most incredible technology that when we apply it, it's very efficient to do what we do. Okay, we've designed some different directions on how we're teaching people how to build their blogging pages and content pages. And we have an amazing path on that, and it's working. Okay, we've got this V marketing vehicle with the PBS Vortex and all the technology tied to that. And we've figured out how to utilize it, the scripting, the SMSs, everything that goes in that system to drive not only results and to get more students in our teams, but to drive traffic, targeted traffic to build up what we do as a PBS and get Google AdSense and get approved. All these things have just improved greatly. And we're talking just recently. So I'm going to just put this out there as we go into, as we're going into 2025. I'm not taking that foot off the pedal. I'm keeping it forward. I'm pushing to help, create 100 instructors next year with the teams. Some of you are already here, and I mean instructors that are instructing other students. I want 100 new CSIs to come from the work that I'm personally guiding people on, not from what our beautiful MSIs are doing already to expand. I'm going to do whatever it takes to bring in the 5 to 10 students every week to add, to build up, to co-mentor and help pay it forward with these teams in 2025. And I'm going to do it with such passion, you guys. I'm upping the game. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to have Tanya chime in here because I couldn't do it without her buy-in. I couldn't do it without my partner saying, I got you. We're going to do this as a team. Here's what I'm going to do to make sure everything works over here. Here's what you need to do over here, and hold me accountable. I have an accountability partner. Her name is Tanya.
Yeah, I guess I am. But he's mine. We're just a team, guys. But welcome. If you guys are new, this is an amazing night for you guys to be here. Really, we get to at the end of the year here, we get to bring forth our goals and set a vision for everybody. And we wanted to invite our top leaders here. Everybody here is from one of these teams. If you don't have an MSI here that you're working directly with, that means you're with us. So everybody here is covered and loved. We don't leave people aside. We show up when you show up. If you want to work, you can achieve it. And you guys, I'm such a huge goal-oriented person because you can measure your success, you can measure your happiness. Everything can be measured through goals and writing it down and achieving things in steps. I mean, I'll go over this in a few weeks, but you guys, this year is just going to be amazing. Rory and I are already full go on next year's goals, but we didn't stop. We're continuing to show up and work. And we are showing up and working for you guys. And that's what is great about leaders, is that they work when you don't see it. We know the path. We have that vision. We've achieved it. We know you can achieve it, and we know how to help you get there. And as any good leaders, we can't do it alone. We have our leaders that work with us and help us, and we're just really blessed to have them. And I'm just excited to see them grow and just erupt this next year. It's just going to be amazing. So you guys, welcome. This is an amazing night, and I'm super excited to hear from some of our leaders.
So as we go through this incredible exercise and sharing, just put this in perspective, especially when you're hearing your MSI talk. We do this in teams, guys. No one does this alone. We work together. And the more you can participate, even if it's 2 hours a week, 4 hours a week, we literally have the tools and resources in the PBS vortex to allow everybody to participate in the team growth. And as long as you're doing it consistently, it's going to work out. We can achieve a lot of things. And I'm going to just put this out there. Start thinking what you really want, right? And then start thinking, how can I get that by helping the team grow? Like, what can we do to help the team that's therefore going to help us? Because that's how it works. You pay it forward before you get it back.
Absolutely.
All right, who should we start with?
I think we should start with our first MSI.
Donna?
Donna.
Okay.
The one, the only, Miss Donna Meyer.
So we're going to start with Donna, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a rotation. No rhyme or reason, not alphabetized, even though I know you like that. We're going to be random, but we'll start with Donna. So Donna, come on.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Rory and Tanya. I've been here in RRR247 for approximately 8.5 years, a little bit over that. And I have 2 beautiful daughters and 5 grandkids. My background is in medical laboratory science. I've worked a lot of really good jobs. The way I got introduced to RRR247 is
Donna, somebody unmuted or somebody muted you by mistake there.
I do that all the time, talking to myself. So I don't know where I left off here before I got muted again, but my background's in medical laboratory science, 2 beautiful daughters, 5 grandkids, and I've had a lot of really good jobs. About 2007, my kids were finishing up college. They were starting to build their own lives. They didn't need me so much. And one night my brother called and said, my business is booming. Would you ever consider moving out to Florida? I was in Texas. And would you ever consider moving out to Florida to help me out? Because he had a large territory all over the Caribbean and most of Florida. And every time he left the country, he needed someone to manage the business and watch the showroom so that he had something there still when he came back into the country. So I thought about it and I thought, well, this is a perfect time. Why not? So I did, packed up, moved out to Florida. And that was 2007. And some of you are old enough to remember that in 2008, the market crashed. The housing market in Florida just went totally flat. Well, I had bought at the highest possible time, not realizing what was coming. And 9 years later, my brother developed cancer and passed away. So I packed up and sold I closed the business and went to sell my house and found out my house was only worth a little over half of what I'd paid for it still. So I lost everything. And here I am in my mid 60s. I lost every penny that I'd saved all over all those years. I came back home. My oldest daughter and her husband and 4 kids by that time invited me to come stay with them until I got back on my feet. Thank God. But here I was, my 60s. I looked really hard for a job unsuccessfully. And I had great credentials, but being, in my mid 60s, there wasn't any takers. So I started looking online, and just like most of you, I found an ad for RRR247 and answered that ad. So I came in just like every one of you guys did. And I was a little skeptical at first myself, definitely not a techie. In fact, I still had a flip phone at that time, didn't have a smartphone. But I said, there's some reason that God brought me here to this program, and I was going to do everything I could to be successful with it. So I got into it and did what Rory said to do. And I started bringing in a good income. At that time, our number one anchor offer was the wine offer. And I remember I was encouraged to get into that as soon as possible. Well, I was broker than broke. I didn't even have a place to live for myself. So what I did, and I also had some pretty high credit card debt because of the move. I found a credit card with a low limit on it, but it was just enough to get into that anchor offer. So I grabbed it and I took off. I worked my tush off trying to make that successful, and I was successful with it. I absolutely was. I did everything that Rory asked me to do. And I'll tell you, there is nothing like this program out there. The support that you've got here for anything, whether it's emotional support, whether it's training issues that you've got that you need help with, anything that you techie support, thanks to Shane. I will say that Shane talked me off the ledge a few times and helped me out with things that I wasn't quite ready for yet. But
so Donna, I'm gonna ask a couple questions here as I jump in.
Okay.
And I'm because we got a bunch of other MSIs, but you've got a huge team. You've been here for years. What are you going to accomplish? What are you looking to accomplish for your individual business and your team's business in 2025?
My goals are to bring between 100 and 200 students in to add to my team. And hopefully a majority of those will stay. And then my second goal is to help as many people on my team as possible reach their goals so that they can be successful, and do everything I can to help them reach those goals. Anything is possible. I can tell you that this program fits anybody's schedule. It fits anything that life can throw at you. A few years back, I had to have a second knee replacement. I thought it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks, that I'd be out, but it turned into 3 months. And when I got back, my business was there ready for me to pick up and get started, get going again, which I did. But anywhere else that you would have worked, you wouldn't have had any kind of employment left. You would have been starting from scratch. And Rory and Tanya, I appreciate you so much for all the opportunities that you've given us, and at your own expense. There's nobody on this planet that would do this for a group of people like this. I
We've got
really
some
do
pretty good,
appreciate
we got
you.
some pretty big goals that we need everybody to chip in on. And I'm glad you brought up a couple points here because we know this works for anybody. I'm going to put this out with you and your team, and then we're going to move on. And I got to step this up a little bit. You have a big foundation that you've been building all these years, right? And you've seen it go from what was the greatest thing when you saw it to even better and even better and even better and what we have today.
Gets
And
better
now
every year.
And now we had to just hit it hard for 2025. And so I got your stuff written down. And you know how to develop the CSIs, you know how to develop the GSIs, the PSIs, and grow other MSIs. I want to see if you can add 10 MSIs from your team, growing new and establishing push forward. I want you bringing in 10 MSIs in 2025.
MSIs?
I want her to develop 10 MSIs. You've got
do
at
my
least
best.
8 that can get there by themselves right now.
You do.
I do. I've got a fabulous team.
So
and I'll shoot for that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, because if 10 additional MSIs.
Yeah, you do have a good team. I think you can do it.
And if we just, you guys, the numbers, we'll talk about this more as we get going. But all right, Donna, we're gonna move on to see who's next, Tanya. Who should we do?
Shane.
Shane? Yeah, let's do that. All right, Shane. I get so excited. I'll calm it down. Shane. I know you can talk, Shane.
Mr. Belfito.
Shane Belcito. There we go.
Wasn't unmuting. Got me?
Got you. Okay, so we got to go through a lot of people. So we're gonna go let's try to keep around 3 to 4 minutes now. I'm just gonna give you a little intro with Shane, guys. Shane's been a dear friend of ours for decades. We met him a long time ago. There was very few people that I wanted to bring in when we launched RRR247 that I knew would get it. And Niall, of course, Shane, that's pretty much where we started.
Shane's just amazing. If you guys are on part of his team, you already know it. But he's just amazing. I really adore him and his family. And I can't, you guys, he's a worker. You guys are just really lucky to be able to have him. That's my input.
All right, so Shane, go ahead and go into thing, but I want to know exactly what you want to do with your team next year, with you personally and your team.
Thank you. And with me, I know. Thank you, Tanya, and thank you for noticing. Really, the hard work pays off. I know that, but you got to keep putting it in consistently. And so for me, I am looking to do better on the duplication aspect. I can work hard, so I want some hard workers to join me and really put in. Rory has 100 a day is with the system we have here. You can work 100 a day or 100 every 2 days to make things happen. I know I can, so I want. One of my big goals is the duplication, but also with what I see you doing here with you're pruning out the stuff that's taking away time and energy, and it's just like a fruit tree. As you prune in the fall, you're going to get better fruit in the spring. You still need to even thin it down as it comes out and get everything so that you get the big good fruit. And that's what's exactly is happening right here, right now. So even with me, I'll be doing some pruning with my time and my energy so that I can concentrate more on the V marketing, concentrate more on working with the students that are coming and showing up. And so for me, my big goal is the duplication, but also the new growth. And then with becoming the grandpa in January, the new energy. looking at that legacy aspect of things, the legacy's always been here, but like, oh wow, grandchildren, that I am looking forward to, with my two girls and everything. I already had that in the mind, but it's more than just the kids and that legacy that I want to leave behind. It's also going to be bigger numbers. So, as you get to those, 6 and 7 figures and beyond with these each and every anchor program, that's what I want to see. So I want to see better numbers for me, but I also want to see me do better with the duplication and helping my team get to those levels of MSI. I have a great team. The ones that are here are here. We're a small core, but we're a solid core, and I want to add to that. And that's what I'm looking forward to in 2025. It's going to be amazing.
I need specifics. I need numbers.
Specific. All right. So, I'm good at bringing in new students each week, but I do need to double that. So we're looking at consistently at the 5 and beyond each week of new PBS students myself, but also with the duplication. So I need to help my people bring in at least 1 to 2 each week so that we have consistent numbers growing together, not just me. So I'm looking to stay 5 and beyond new students each week personally, and helping at least 10 people or more do the same with me.
And you guys, I've been teaching this 5+ a week. You get 5 a week, it makes everything happen. That's leadership, right? And you can always pass them down to those that are going on there. But you guys, you're gonna hear us stress all that. I want to see you do. Man, I think you can do 3 new MSIs next year, but I think you can build a huge foundation of CSIs and GSIs as well.
Agreed.
So I'm gonna put this down. We'll talk some more on it, but all right, let's move on. Thank you, Shane. All right, Shar Hess, let's have you come in here.
Thought you weren't going alphabetical. I'm always used to going at the top of the list because of my name, but that's okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a short. I'm going to keep it very short. I came in as a self-starter. I was here for a month and a half before I had an instructor. I raised my hand. I said, I can't go any further. And so that's actually really a good thing because Rory has everything set up for us. I had everything I needed. I had 2 monitors and I taught myself until I got to a certain part. And then I got Miss Sheila Matchett. We totally clicked. Everybody loves her. She's a great instructor, and I don't know what I would have done without her because she's always been there to support me. So I went to college, and my first job out of college, I went for computer information systems programming. So I have a computer programming degree. So my first job, I thought, oh my gosh, I got this really good job. Shouldn't say it was with GE Transportation, but I had to drive. I always commuted my whole life. So I drove, and I thought, I can't do this. I'm just out of college. I'm not worthy. But you know what? It turned out that was the biggest growth I have ever had, probably in my life, because it made me understand that you are capable of doing something you don't think you are. And I grew so much, and I loved that job so much. That was just one of them. But I heard you say earlier, Rory, we can all do more. And when you said that, it really clicked, and it made me think that we can all do more. And that made me think of that first job that I had out of college. That I can't do this. I can't. They're gonna let me go within a week or 2 because I don't know what I'm doing. But it was just, I loved that job. It was great. So you can all do more, like myself. So the first thing I just wanted to tell my team that I think I need to see in my team is a little more confidence. You need to dream bigger. And I looked at my dream bigger page, and it made me think of that we all need to dream bigger, that we can grow into those dreams, because you have to be, as Niall says all the time, you have to be uncomfortable before you're comfortable. And once you become comfortable, you need to become uncomfortable again, because that every time makes you grow a little bit more. So my team, I would like to see them show up a little more, myself as well, be a little more consistent. I would like to see new GSIs.
Okay.
So building up a little bit more. And I would also like to see 2 to 5 myself a week, get 2 to 5 more. In my team, I would like to see them get 1 or 2 a week. And then dream bigger, try to go for more. And then that way we can all grow as a team.
That's awesome. Okay, I like everything there.
That's right.
And I'm gonna put this there, leaders we lead. If you do the consistency of the 2 to 5 a week, everything falls into place. And the confidence thing is something that we're gonna help work on everybody. So I'm gonna just do this. Like after tonight, we get done here, we go to the millionaire course. That is where I get to help instill more confidence and I get to focus on some of those next things to get there. So don't look at it like a chicken and the egg, which is going to come first. Throw yourself into it. You're going to get better as you do it. And we're going to be able to teach you things that'll make sense as you're doing it. Like it's just like working on a car. You can know all the tools, but until you start using them, you don't really get how they work. And it doesn't help somebody to walk you through it until you live are in that situation where you need that tool. It's the same way in teaching the process of the BRT and everything. It's just how it goes. You can't teach somebody till they're understanding what they aren't doing right and what they need to do better because they try to do it already. It's a work in progress as you're doing it. So that's why we do the Tuesday millionaire course. So get those on the week so you can now it makes sense for me to bleed into you and explain to you why we do things a certain way and how to make it better because you'll realize like, oh my gosh, that was so much easier when I took and applied that. All right. Thank you, Shar. Let's go to Dina Eddy. Dina.
Mrs. Eddy.
Dina Eddy.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right. So very quickly, I did not reply to a $47 ad to come into RRR247. I was a bit of a unicorn where I was in a wine club, a previous wine club that RRR was also promoting. And I just happened to be in it. And I went to this wine conference in Texas, in Dallas. I bought a ticket, flew there by myself, got a rental car, went to the hotel, did not know a soul. And it was interesting. And throughout the day, there was an awards night and all these people kept going up on the stage and the name Rory Ricord was attached to every one of them. So at the end of the night, after watching that, I went up to him and said, "Hi, my name's Dina. I want to know what the hell you're doing." And he says, "Where do you live?" I said, in Florida. At that time, I lived in Florida. And he said, "Oh, Niall lives in Florida. Hold on." And he walked away and left me there. And then he introduced me to Niall. And the next week, Niall became my instructor. And that's how that went down. And then along the way, anyway. So my why or my dreams for the 2025 is I want 2 GSIs. I want 100 new PBS students. I'm with those 100 new students, I'm going to get new CSIs. So I think I'm looking at 20 new CSIs, and from there we can build up. And for my team, I have a great team. We're small and mighty, but I want my team to get at least 2 PBSs each week. And with that, they're going to grow. And I'm grateful here for the family fellowship of everybody. I've been to every event that we've had since I've been in, and I've made some great friends with the other MSIs. Rory and Tanya, got to be good friends with them, and people that I see maybe once a year in person, but we all have our little square on Zoom. I love it. And I just can't wait to see the next people. I have somebody on my team that's not on my team yet that's going to pass me up. And I hope that they will do that. I love
And
it.
it's awesome how that can happen here, right?
Yeah.
It's just awesome. All right, thank you, Dina. Let's go right to Jackie. Jacqueline Duhan. Jacqueline Olivia Duhan.
Just Jacqueline Bellavia is just fine. Just she's
Come on, Texas. Okay, Jackie. All right, we're gonna kick over to Linda Horn.
Jackie. Okay, so I have high expectations for everybody, including myself. First and foremost, those that are the closest to me here know that I get a lot of noise. That noise prevents me from doing my work. Okay, so my biggest goal is to ignore the noise or handle it differently, because as Rory and Tanya know, I love you too, Niall. We all know that Linda has this big old heart, right? And that big old heart gets me sidetracked, right? So I've always tried to be one to be on top of things. When somebody asks me a question, I answer. But I've got to put that back a little bit. I got to step that back a little bit because I got to focus on my business. I used to, and Rory knows this, I used to sell 10 PBSs a week. No problem. Times have changed. It's become a little bit more difficult because of all the bad stuff out there. But I'm going to get back to above 5 PBSs a week. I'm going to shoot for that 10 and hope that that's what's going to happen, because I know I can do it.
yeah, absolutely.
I know I can. I've done it before. I can do it again. Now, my team, I have a small core that's growing. Some of those that are waiting to get ready. Time to get off your duff. We now have that new system that I have offered to do the calls for you. You're going to set for me until you feel comfortable. We have all of that stuff in place that Rory's put in place. So I expect to see those CSIs or those instructors move to CSIs, and I want to see 5 new GSIs this year, at least. And I want to see my GSIs move up to PSI, if not above. I want their expectations to set high. But I also want you all to know that I love you all very much, but I have to start getting more selfish.
I'm
So
so behind that. And I'll just speak a couple of things on the leadership for everybody to hear. Everything is in the system. Char said that, right? You guys, it is. And when they come to you because you easy answer, I'll tell you, I do this to everybody too. Sometimes I'm just too busy with my priorities. My priorities, they benefit the team. I promise everybody that comes in that I'm going to be helping them build. I got to do that. That's number one for me. So if I don't get back to them to answer a question, and an hour goes by or 2 hours go by, when I go reach out to them, guess what? Odds are they figured it out. They found out where to get it, and they became more independent on the process. And that's just a good thing to start doing. And you know, we have WhatsApp chats. We have the direction of where things are at, and sometimes it's just a matter of aiming them where it's at, and just focus on those priorities. So, Linda, I love where this is at. All right, let's see.
Rory, I'm here. I couldn't unmute. I'm sorry. I couldn't get the button.
Well, let's just bring you right on in here. Go ahead, Jackie.
You know, I am your nemesis. I am so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We love you, Jackie.
I've been with RRR. I too did not come in on the regular $47. I kind of came in the back door. But I knew that when I joined, and I've been here for almost 7 years, I believe 6.5. There was something there. There was a lot there. And I wanted to learn, and I wanted to learn it all, and I wanted to have it all. And, you know, I'll be real honest. looking at where I was and the ebbs and flows of where I've gone, I'm not where I need to be. And I'm not where I need to be because of me, not because of anybody else. And the team that I have, they are wonderful. They are wonderful, but they need to start to believe in themselves. As I know I can do it. I know what's there. I know the process works, and you've heard me say that a million times. I wouldn't be here. I truly believe in RRR, the whole thing. My challenge is, I believe coming out of corporate America and being comfortable and having reached all of those milestones, this is a different mindset, and I struggle with that. So for 2025, as Tanya knows, and she's been working with me, I have been working on myself. And I think that you have to have that belief in yourself and dig deep in your gut and know what's possible, even though it's different. And coming out of what I was accustomed to doing and achieving, this is a lot different. I am making strides. I do want to grow my team. And I do believe that I can get 5 to 7 new PBSs a week when I focus, I do. But I have to let the distractions, and I have to continue to work on me to know that I have the gut to do it. And I know I do. And for those that are on my small team, guys, you know what to do. You're doing it. You also need to focus and grow, because that's what's going to make us all better. And that's what I got.
That's awesome. Agree with it 100%.
And it definitely is a different mindset, 100%. Obviously I was in corporate America as well, so I get it. You achieve and you rank up and you achieve and you achieve in that area. And then when you come to something different, it kind of shakes you because you don't know what it's about. But I've seen you grow, and I've seen you achieve. And I mean, you're an MSI, for heaven's sakes. So we already know you got it going on, girl. You are a leader. And,
but I can do better.
And you
consistently
yes,
better.
You can absolutely do better, but you will. It's gonna be 2025 is gonna be your year.
And you guys, the thing about what I like about, like, we're at the end of the year, Tanya and I do things. I mean, she's got dates that she takes assessment and then shifts from. And, it's always good to do it on New Year's, because that's like when the whole energy of the world is kindling for a new year. And it's nice to be part of that, but you can start any day, right? You can shift any day you want and start making the change. It's up to you, right? If it's going to be, it's up to you. Or what's the saying? If it's going to be, it's up to me, right? And as a team, if you guys, the power of everybody doing it together is just incredible. And that's what we're wanting to happen. That's what I can see happening here in 2025 is, we're going to launch into the year, all of us focused on a direction, sharing that energy, and some great celebration points in 2025, which I can't talk about yet.
What next?
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Stacy.
Oh.
Stacy Southward.
Yes, sir.
There's another Texas.
Yeah, I stayed in Texas. Not yeah. This ain't Texas. Is that what you're doing?
I'm just on the
All right,
opposite
Stacy.
end of Texas than Jackie.
Yeah.
In a whole nother world. So yeah, I've been here now 7 years. I also did not come in the normal way that everybody thinks. I met Rory in a hotel lobby for that same wine club, but in New York, because whatever he was doing, and I remember it was the royalty gem, it kept pinging my phone, and my shy little self went over to this big group of people who were giggling every time I was looking at my phone because I got a new text to come join this crazy wine club. And I went, okay, enough. And I walked over. I'm like, what are y'all doing to my phone? And I hear this guy in the back going, hey, let me talk to her. And they literally parted the crowd like Moses parting the Red Sea. And here comes Rory. And he did the same thing to me, kind of what he did to Dina. and said, "Who's your upline? Be right back." And he left me. And then he came back and filled me in. And I'm like, okay. And told my husband, and he's like, "Well, you've spent more money on worse things." I love my husband dearly. Um, he cheered me on to do that investment. Guys, if your spouse gives you that kind of a support, they may be saying it sarcastically, but run with it. Prove them wrong.
Do not stop.
Seriously.
Go.
Yep, you just go. But you know what? 6 months in, I wanted to quit. But I'd committed to going to this event, another event in Vegas. I got in front of Rory and I told him flat out I wanted to quit. And he asked me, he goes, "Well, whose business is this?" I had every excuse in the book. My instructor wasn't teaching me. I couldn't get a hold of her. And she was local to me at that time. We lived in Minnesota. I had every excuse in the book why this didn't work. This was a scam. And Rory looked at me, he goes, "Whose business is this anyway?" And I went, "Mine." He goes, "Okay, so why are you going to let a roadblock that's getting out of your way stop you from moving forward?" Guys, those two comments, along with the fact that I met someone from my church at this event, Minnesota to Vegas, meeting someone from church, that virtual 2x4, Rory had it threefold on me. And I stayed, but it came with a caveat. Rory said, "I will be your instructor, but you have to do it my way." So some of you think that I am very blunt and aggressive and a go-getter, and it's got to be my way or the highway, that I've drank Rory's Kool-Aid. No, I drank his punch. That was Vegas too. But y'all, I truly did drink it. I don't do anything but Rory's system. There is no other way. So if I don't seem forgiving and I correct you abruptly on something, it's because it's not according to the system. Yep, Ashley, best punch ever. But what I see for myself now that some of my distractions are getting out of the way, like the kiosks directly related to the current system, I know I'm going to have some more freedom on my end. I am already going to be putting that into V-marketing. Those hours every month that I spend are going to be taken away from RAM and going into my V-marketing. So with that, my goal is I'm going to push myself, and I want 200 to 250 new students personally this year. My current GSIs, 3 of you are on this call right now. I'm calling you out. Get to work. Let's make it to PSI, because all three of you wanted to be MSI by the end of the month. So we need to get to work, and you need to let me know how I can help you do that. My CSIs, there's quite a few of you. Let's get you to GSI. Those of you are my instructors, and I'm looking at one right now that she's grinning ear to ear. My Indiana gal, Lisa. Guys, I'm counting on all of you to make it to CSI by June. Actually, no. CSI by March at the latest. I'm going to give you 3 months. GSI by next December. So I personally want at least 10 new GSIs, and I want 25 CSIs on my team next year.
So by March 1st, we're talking, not the end of March, right?
No. Yeah. March 1st for Lisa, especially.
All right.
I could call out a few more, but
I'm gonna add this, and I'm glad that you put it all there, guys. I know Tanya will bring this up all the time, and I have a soft edge that I start with, but if somebody really wants to do it, you got to tell them straight and you got to be direct. The best mentors in my life didn't even handle me with any tact. They just told me exactly what I needed to do, whether I wanted to hear it or not. And half the time, I didn't want to hear it. Like, I knew it, I didn't want to hear it.
If you guys, if it's hurt your feelings, it's for a reason. Look at why. That's how I've had to do that so many times. People hurt my feelings. People said something's about me. I'm very abrupt. But you know what? I'm just being direct because I love it. I like to be people to be direct back with me. So if it hurts your feelings, why does it hurt your feelings? Fix it. Because there's an issue there.
There's a theme going on here, and I realize it, but you guys, there's a lot of ways to market, a lot of ways to get in front of people. We know that we were given something to help the world be a better place. Anybody that comes in my path, I know was put there because I manifested it and they manifested it and it got connected. So because of that, I'm not going to just shirk and be soft. We're going to push forward. And I'm glad, Stacy, you're that way. But you know, the best mentors are the tough mentors because what are we here for? Do we want to waste time? We want to get somewhere.
You already have a mother. You don't need another. So I tell people.
All right, let's move.
Yeah, you're your
Ashley.
own boss. Would you hire yourself or fire yourself?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, depends on the day. All right, Ashley.
Oh, did you save the best for the last?
Well, you're not last.
We got a couple more after you,
Oh,
babe.
then why am I here? No, I'm kidding. All right, guys. So, hi, guys. You know me. Where do I begin? So, yeah, I started here not like how you heard the last couple of stories. I started like you all. I came in, I paid my $98 to get my access to the information and everything. I had to speak to a specialist and all of that and call back in when I didn't qualify for that. And then spoke to Shane, and Shane helped me, get to my PBS and how to, purchase that or whatever. So then here I am. Well, yep, I didn't understand it, so I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. I messaged Rory and I'm like, this is a scam. Thank you so much for taking my last $100. How dare you? And Rory called me as I'm walking to my girl's bus stop and he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's a scam. I'm not getting any help. This doesn't work. What am I supposed to be doing? And he's like, Ashley, take a deep breath. Listen, we're going to get you going. And then he threw me into the fire. And guess what? Here I am 5 years later, guys. And it works. And I was totally like, oh my God, did I just say that to Rory? Yikes. But yeah, so I've been here for 5 years and it's been the best experience I can ever have. I did take some time off when I had my son and, was going through a little postpartum, but I'm back and I'm here and I'm staying forever. What I want for my team, and I do have to shout them out because they are doing their part and they are doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. And I want to shout out two of them is Laura Arms. She just hit associate in Velveeta. Congratulations, sweetheart. You're doing great. And also Susan Thompson. Congratulations to you as well. You're doing great. For the rest of my team, I do want to see more CSIs. I do have 4 of them. I do want to have at least 20 CSIs by next year. I'm going to be fair with myself. And I do want to have 10 GSIs. I already have an MSI.
I think you can pull at least one more out of there. We got some people on your team that need to just step up it in themselves. Like we watch this, right? You go to get a foundation. You've been here for a few years now too.
Yep.
This is all good. I'm just going to challenge this. Like, reverse your numbers. If you're going to bring in 20 CSIs, you're going to need to step up the paces like everybody else here too, like 5+ PBSs a week.
Yeah, I'm just being real with CSIs as far as them,
But I mean, from you,
themselves.
from you, 5+ a week, right? We know you know how to do it.
We used to do it all the time, yeah.
Right? That will stem the growth for everything else.
You got it though, Ashley. You got it.
Okay. We're going to move. Let's go to Andy Perryman. And we're going to go a little over today. It's fine.
All right, I'm going to try to go a little quicker. 7.5 years ago, I started RRR247 as a 70-year-old. So I'm the old man in the crowd. And actually, I started looking for something for my daughter to do, uh, who's a single mom. And I found this, and she didn't want any part of it. So I said, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And I've been here 7.5 years now, giving it a shot. I'm in the ministry, been in the ministry over 60 years. And because of that, God has not relieved me from the responsibility I have in ministry. So as a result, I have to do a lot of work in the ministry that keeps me from being able to do what I want to do with this business. But my goal is this year to be able to maybe step back some from the ministry and step up some from RR247 and begin to really grow my team a little better. I need to do a better job, obviously, but I'm doing all I can do because of the ministry, and Rory and Tanya understand that. Uh, but I'm excited for the availability here that we have in RR247 to really grow, to really help people. And that's really my goal to help as many people as I possibly can. Some of you know that I was a chaplain for a while and had some health issues and had to kind of back off from that some. But my goal in 2025 is maybe to get back into that, do some of the chaplain work and do some prayer meeting, that sort of stuff. But again, I have to follow his leadership, and as long as I'm following his leadership, he's going to bless me, and that's all that I can expect.
Love it, Andy. And you've got some great people you've developed and the foundation there. We just keep plugging ahead. We got a pretty good plan on there, but I'll put this out there. It's provided, right? And we believe in ourselves. We know we're worthy of it. It's going to come. And we've got a lot to do and a lot of people to help, but we're here to talk to those that are ready to listen.
Yeah. And you're doing the most important thing. You're doing his work. So
Yeah, and we appreciate everything with you, Andy. And I like where this is going. I'll put on the things, whatever falls into place with you, we're there 100%. And it's we like where the position is. It's working. It's all jelly. We like it, Andy. All right, let's run to Melissa Gable. And you guys, we have Melissa on here a lot. She helps us on the Mondays with Velveeta and Saturdays sometimes, and a lot of the time. But Melissa,
Yes. I'm here. And let me just tell you a little secret, you guys, about that list training I do on Monday nights to be marketing. I would have never stepped up to do it if Rory hadn't pushed me there. I am a wallflower by nature. I'm a nervous Nelly. I don't like being in front of people. So for me, that is huge. Just the personal growth I've had since I got here has been mind blowing. However, it's one of my biggest goals is to still work on myself as a leader, as a person, as a mom, as a wife, as everything here. But just to back up a little bit, I'm a born and raised farm girl from South Dakota. So I wear many hats in a day. I'm used to that. I used to be an X-ray tech, a chiropractic assistant, and a massage therapist all at the same time. So I'm used to wearing a lot of hats, but sometimes you wear too many hats and you spread yourself too thin. And so I want to fine tune my hats, to hone in more on myself, my team. My kids are growing up. My baby's 15 now. My others are 21 and 27. And so I know Shelby's 15. She's not a baby anymore. But yeah, I mean, where was I going with that? Gosh, when I started 8 years ago, over 8 years ago, I got a blank slate. It was a white WordPress, nothing. There was no menu, there were no pages, there was nothing except 2 videos to follow. And and I had to pick it apart. And I came in the traditional way, the $97 way, but I didn't know in the beginning that I could have an instructor. And lo and behold, my very first instructor was Edison, your oldest son. And so then Rory called me out of the blue one day, and I'm like, wait, this sounds like the voice in the videos I've watched 13,000 times. And so sure enough, it was Rory. And so I'm a student of Rory's. And like the others said, do what Rory does, get what Rory gets. Tanya and Rory are brilliant people, the most loving, kind people on the planet. So just follow it. Don't prepare to prepare all the time. There's a lot of you that just, keep reading the stuff, preparing. Well, let me tell you, I'd still be preparing if Rory hadn't shoved me out of the nest a long time ago. So you just have to jump. You just have to jump in and go. So there are lots of people on my team that are working their way towards CSI. They've been working really hard. I have to shout out to Rochelle, honestly. Rochelle works, I think, 2 jobs yet. She works her butt off. She's been handing out BRTs left and right the last few weeks. I've just been watching her just pass them. So she's building really well. And so we've got some really great CSIs coming up. So I'm expecting that our team will develop lots of CSIs in 2025. I'm super excited about 2025. I feel like we're going into like a whole new world almost. And so many good things coming. So I'm really, really excited about it. Definitely have some GSIs that we want to build up. I've got GSIs that are definitely well on their way to PSI and MSI. I mean, I think they'll skip along rather quickly. So yeah, exact numbers. I'm not, and I definitely need to get back to focusing more on myself too in my own PBSs. I would love to get back up to 5 PBSs a week. Like Linda, back in the day, I was selling 8 to 10 PBSs a week, no problem. So I definitely know I have the skills too. I just really need to nail down my time and make that happen. So I know it's very possible. And yeah, what else?
It's pretty good. I mean, we get to watch you. We watched you for years, but it's we have a pretty good beat what's going on there, and you just keep that consistency, and you find more people, and you get that new spark. And I'll just put this out there, and it's just for everybody to hear. When you're prospecting and talking to people coming in, you don't know the impact that person is going to bring in your life until it happens. Mm-hmm. And the relationships that we build are just, I mean, your family. Like everybody's here. We get build this family, and and you watch how things develop, and you get to watch their kids grow, and it's fun. But it's just also like, I know I look at it like I don't know what my life would be without you guys. Yeah. Like it's so complete. It would, I mean, I would have a hole because it's because how it's worked, and that aspect of this is freaking. I'm just feeling this right now as you guys are just going to get to share, but it's pretty powerful. And yes, get back to the 5+ a week. Change those priorities. To lead with you know what to do. I know you know what to do. Okay, let's go to Nell. Nell Galinsky.
I was kind of hoping you'd forget me.
Oh no.
Okay. 2024 was, I'm sorry.
You have a great team, and I see them duplicating and growing.
Yes, I do have a really, really good team. 2024 was not a good year for me, but I've already seen 2025 starting out to be a much better year for me. My driving force in 2025 is going to be hope, faith, courage, and determination. I wrote down some things, but I can't read them. I want to add at least 10 to 15 new CSIs, and I want to help to build those up to GSIs. with this new Be Marketing, the setting program, I've already got people that want to do the setting and listen to me do the BRTs so that they can step up and do their own, but they're just a little afraid of that phone. Let's see, I also want to dedicate 2 hours a day for at least 4 days during the week to do Be Marketing and to help them. And the people that I have that are GSIs, Gloria Ozon's very sick. She's one of my GSIs. She needs prayers. So I'm not really sure where she's going. But my other GSI, Trevor Ahrens, he's doing an excellent job. Hopefully he'll be moved up to PSI first part of the year. And what else do I need to say?
That's good.
No, that's good. I mean, and we know, you got like we all have life and stuff to balance out there, but once you prioritize it, you know what to do. Like we know you know what to do. Obviously, you're an MSI, where the teams are at. The thing is you've built a good foundation. You've got a very solid team that's just steady. You guys are doing fine. The growth is just happening. But I just think we're gonna have a great year. I actually know it. I know 2025
It's gonna be a good year.
it's going to be our biggest year we've ever had. And that's even without all the additions we know are coming. It's just we built to this. We built the right way. And this is good. All right.
It's going to be a great year. I want to get back to doing 5 or more PBSs a week. I've done it in the past. I know I can do it. It's just that I got to get my head back in the game, and I'm there. I'm there.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Thanks, Now.
All right.
We have one left.
One left. And you guys, I know we get to hear his story a lot, but I want to go right into what you're going to be doing and your team's doing. And so and we have other MSIs. We'll bring them out and we'll salt and pepper them throughout the course of the trainings here the last part of the year. But Niall Eddy.
I knew you were going to save me for last. How did I know that? I'm over here chatting with Linda going, they're going to make me wait. They want to keep me awake.
You're usually not wrong when you have that hunch. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
you know
99.999% of the time what's going to happen.
99.99999% of the time. That's right. So yeah, my story, I'll share that some other night, but I've been around the industry for 34 years now. And I've known you for 30 of those 34 years. Rory, I don't think I've ever been as excited as I am right now. So you guys know what I've been doing for the last several weeks. I've been working on me too. I don't know who said that earlier, but I've been working on me. I've had a lot of doctor appointments, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer, Tanya. I've gotten a lot closer. I've rebuilt my relationship and, got back to God to where I belong, where I was ignoring for so long because I was so focused on other things. And that's helped me a lot. And Dina and I were just talking about this, 3, 4, 5 days ago. We're talking about what we're going to do. And my goal, personal goals, I try to sell 1 PBS every day, right? When I start out the day, I'm like, I'm going to sell at least 1 PBS today. And it might be 2 some days. It might be 0 some days, but every day I want to sell 1 PBS. So that's, 5 or 6 PBSs a week minimum. And it could be a couple more. It could end up being somewhere between 5 and 10 with a goal of 1 every day. Now, so during that time that I've been working on me, we also took this team that Dina had. I'm telling you, there's some firecrackers under there. You guys are gonna see some people shoot up really quick. And I think like Rhonda, Maristel, Susan Bates. There's so many over there. Lisa, I don't want to leave anybody else, so I shouldn't do names because I'll probably forget somebody. But we took a team of like 6 or 8 people, Dina, and we really just poured into them for a while. So we're gonna pour into them, and then we're just gonna cut them loose. And we've already got to that point now where we cut them loose, and they're flying, they're running. Yeah. So my goal is if I got 5 PBSs a week, that's going to give me just short of 250 new students for the year, right? 20 a month times 12, 240 something. Just short of 250 PB new students for the year. That's my goal. And I'm like, and you know me once I set my mind to it, right? And I want 50 new CSIs minimum. I heard you say 100 CSIs earlier, Rory, and I went, did I try to hang out Rory? No, I'm just going to leave it alone. Every time I get in competition with you, I hurt myself. So I'm just going to leave it at. I'm going to leave it at 50 new CSIs for the year, as many GSIs as I can do. And 50 new CSIs is like 25 on the left and 25 on the right, right? We got 25 CSIs on each side. That should produce a couple, at least five GSIs on each side. But I want two MSIs on each side. I've already got one, obviously. He's incredible. I think Susan Bates is going to be up this MSI on the other side. And there's two people. I'm going to look for those other two MSIs, but there's two who could possibly be already there.
Yeah.
And are going to fill all that in, which might give me 6 MSIs. But if the other two step up like that, it's amazing what's happening. We've been just like, I don't know, what do you call it, Tanya, when you're getting that bread ready to go, or getting that,
Needing?
Yeah, we've been weeding out the garden, and we've been nurturing the plants that are doing really, really good, and they're doing really good. Some of them shock me on a daily basis. They'll get into WhatsApp and go, "Hey, guess what I did? What? I sold another PBS." I'm like, "Holy crap! You just got started. You got 7 already? Watch, there's gonna be a new CSI within the next 14 days."
Yeah, I can see it coming.
And so I get these messages every day, and I said, I think we made a good decision working with that group of 6 to 8 people, and that's just going to explode a life of its own now. So let's go find more. So that's my goal. 200. What is 12 times 20? Anybody?
12 times 20 is 240.
240 something? Yes, 240 students for the year. 2 MSIs on each side, left to right. 50 new CSIs on the team, and I think that's going to be right where we want to be for that first year of this new mindset.
All right, so I'm gonna throw out one thing real quick. I'm gonna throw another shout out for you. You got Karina Belcher that I mean, we all have things happen in life, but she just keeps coming at it. Boom.
See, I told you I'd forget somebody. That's why I didn't want to do names, because I knew I'd forget somebody while talking. Karina's killing and feeding that right. So Susan's over on the left. She's consistent like crazy. When I met her, I looked at her PBS and it was an absolute total mess. And I said, "How much do you love it here?" "I do." "How much are you willing to put forward?" "Whatever it takes." And I said, "Good, you're going to start all over. You're going to redo your PBS because it's horrible." I don't know who taught you all that, but it's horrible. You're not following Rory and Tanya for sure. And she redid her entire PBS. And when she did exactly what we teach, exactly what I told her to do, she got Google AdSense right away. And then she's just been consistent. Holidays getting away for everybody, and then we always have those moments of life just getting in the way for a minute, but she always comes right back, and then she gets her momentum back, and she just keeps pounding away.
Well, I wrote her down today for a shout out because you get to know people, and she's come to events, and we've hung out with her, and I admire the tenacity. Yes. But I admire persistence and tenacity that people need to have, and that's what it is to have a business. That's business ownership. It's not, we don't get paid to show up. We got to show up and do the right things. We get paid based on actions. Which those actions happen when you do the right things to make it happen. I'm going to put a couple big things out here. Go ahead.
I just want to say something really quick, because we have several MSIs that couldn't make it, obviously, but I want to just shout out we have a couple PSIs here, and I watch you guys every day. I'm watching you guys, and I have my eye on you, and I fully expect you guys. Specifically, I'm going to name you guys, Angie and Austin. I fully expect you guys to be MSIs next year. Fully expect it. It's within your grasp, and I expect it to happen. And you guys are mine and Rory's anyway. So we're gonna be on you, making sure that you're doing what you need to do, and you're going down the path. And if you need the help, you reach out. If you need me, you guys have full access to me. So
can I say something to Melissa?
Yeah.
Hey, cuz. So I'm gonna send you a box of nails so you can put them in the wall to hang those extra hats on them, so you get your favorite hats, right? But what you mentioned about Rory, if like just throwing you into that, that means he's seen something in you because that's how he is, right? Over the last 30 years, I can't tell you how many times Roy said, "Hey, I'm working on something new and I've been proving it out. You want to see what it looks like? Yeah. Okay, hop in Zoom or hop in this and hop in that." And I'd get in there and 3 minutes in, he'd go, "Oh, hey, I got something I got to do. Can you take this over?" Wait, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Yeah, you do. So he sees something in you or he would never do that, right? Yeah, good job, by the way, because I got a lot of people that come to me and tell me about your list training and how great that is.
So I'm gonna go and we're gonna end this and go to the millionaire course. But I want to just let you guys know something, and where I'm coming up with my numbers. We've been building to a plan. Like you have a vision, and I had a lot of things that I wanted, a wish list, if you would, and it's complete. Like this new CRM, where it's at today, and we got a couple little tweaks to make things even better and smoother. Always, right? You look to improve, but we've never had it this good. And the time to duplicate, and you guys, I want to put this out there. Listen, a lot of people took their time to get going, and that's fine. But there's a lot of hope out there, and there's a lot of people that are looking to come in there. And because of how the system is, if they just plug in and go, they can duplicate. They can be doing V marketing inside a week now, inside 2 weeks. That's you guys did such a tremendous job. And Melissa brought up something. You guys are like, we've evolved from where we didn't know what we didn't know. I wanted to teach everybody how to do this originally from scratch. Like, hey, no, I'm not going to give you everything. This is what it should look like. But you go follow these videos and set up there. That way, when it breaks, you learn how to fix it so you can be a good instructor down the road. That was the vision. It took too long. And we frankly lost some great people that just didn't have the time to put it together right. So now we give everybody a copy of what works as minimal as possible so they can get it modified, get ads going, and then get Google AdSense so then they can launch and have the belief and all the other things that are necessary. Well, things have never been as streamlined as they are now. We just got to run. And everybody that comes in and everybody that's here and everybody that shows up for themselves, we just guide them to the next step, guide them to the next step, guide them to the next step. But it's okay to push them in. It's okay. We know we got we have safety nets. No one's going to get hurt. There's no life or death situation here. We're just going to push comfort zones and push growth. All right. Millionaire course next. And
Rory, can I do one more shout out?
Oh, absolutely.
What time is it there?
It's 10:19 East Coast, right? So add 6 hours. It's
where's Tanya at? Where'd she go? Get her back on camera.
Oh, Tanya, can you come back? She's grabbing something. How was it here now? 4 o'clock? Oh, it's 4:20.
It's 4:20 now.
4:20, like April 20th.
4:20 in the morning. So I know you're a night owl, and I know you're used to doing stuff like this, but that lady over there is not a night owl, and I wanted to give her a shout out. It's 4:20 in the morning, y'all, as she's up here doing this, leading the. It's just unbelievable. So I thought you needed a shout out too. 4:20 in the morning, Tanya.
Yes, I know. I have not gone to bed yet.
I know.
This is when I wake up, my friend.
I just wanted to give you that shout out and tell you how much I appreciate you on behalf of everybody up there.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the millionaire course right away.